Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the news. It is the 19th of March 2017 and tomorrow is the 20th of March 2017, which means tomorrow the channel turns 6 years old. 6 years old? That's old enough to drink, probably. That's an amazing age. That's old enough to get pregnant in Essex. That's an amazing age to be. 6 years old. Wonderful. Thanks for sticking around and watching the shit. It's been fun. There's no special video or anything. I noticed it a bit late. Although there is coincidentally a weird Minecraft video going out that's kind of just a little thing that I liked and wanted to show off. But sure, that'll be tomorrow. Also, actually, on the 23rd, it's my birthday, and I'm going to spend pretty much my entire birthday, at least like 6 hours of it, doing a live stream. We're going to do a charity live stream for Comic Relief, which is the day after the big telethon in the UK, is the day after raising money for some charities across my heart. I'm going to basically go, it's my birthday, you have to donate, because I'm working on my birthday, and you're all going to feel really sorry for me, have to donate. We're going to play some guests. I think we're going to have possibly a special guest or two as well. Hopefully someone who's been requested a lot, so it's going to be fun. We're going to have a nice big day of live streaming thing. More details on that coming out later in the week. There'll be a whole video announcing that. Anyway, let's get on with the news. We're going to start with the biggest news of the week, which is never ever ever store nudie pics on any cloud service. Why haven't people learned this yet? Actually, that's not gaming news. Let's draw a line over that. Let's go on to different news. Why the fuck is a UK government fucking MP running a paper? But this is my favourite news story of the week, because even though it's a political story, the left, the centre, and the right have all said that this was a terrible, fucking, vicious, evil bastard thing to do. George Osborne is under serious fire. He's an MP, like somebody who actually works in the government. Used to be the Chancellor of the Exchequer. And he is now running London's biggest paper. He's the editor for it, while he's still an active member of government. The government is actually controlling a part of the press. I want to mention that because that's really, really fucked up. That's one of those things where people say, you know, you couldn't write this, or you couldn't make this up. That's not the full sentence. It's, you couldn't make this up because it's so stupid, no one would fucking believe it. But here we are, the biggest conflict of interest I've ever seen. This levels of, if Jimmy Savile was running Operation U-Tree, that's kind of the levels we're looking at. Anyway, that's not gaming news. Fuck it, let's go off that news. Let's get on to the gaming news of the week. Oh, actually, the footage in the background, right, Matt is fucked off with all you, saying he's shit at games. So he's playing a game he's good at. It's Guitar Hero, don't know what fucking number. Because it's Guitar Hero, I can't play it in the audio. So there's Matt playing Guitar Hero. He's probably very good at it. Let's get on to the biggest news story of the week, and that is that Mass Effect Andromeda has a slight animation problem, roughly in the same way that the Titanic had a slight weakness to ice. Mass Effect Andromeda is doing like a staggered release thing where they've let people do the first 5 hours and review the first 5 hours, which seems to have backfired a little bit, because apparently the first 5 hours are a bit shit. Now, some people said it's okay, but most people I've seen have been mixed to shitty. Apparently, it's got massive, like, the animations are really, like, poorly done. It's got, like, UI issues. It's terrible to control on the PC. So basically, to me, it just sounds like a standard Mass Effect. I don't know what the problem is. I've not bought into there's apparently a trial. I don't fucking know how to get into it, but I've not bought into it. I don't have a review code either, so I have to wait for it to come out, and to be honest, I've got a lot of other games I'd rather finish before I get onto that. So, well, I don't get review codes for EA games. They consider me sort of a wild card, in that I like some things and don't like others, which to me just sounds like has an opinion. But wild card is apparently the term used in the industry for people like me, so I find it very hard to get review codes for things these days, because I speak my mind, unlike some people. Right, yeah, Mass Effect Andromeda. Some people say it's good, some people say it's shit. But that lovely clip of, like, my father's dead. Oh. And they're just like the fucking dead-eyed Madame Tussauds face. Actually, it kind of look, every time I've seen any clip of this, like, her face is like the wrong shape. It looks like everything's been shot on normal camera except her face, and it's like, it's a GoPro face. She's got like a stretched and bent face. Anyway, it doesn't look super good. I've not actually seen any of the gameplay, I've just seen people complaining about it. I just found that those clips, if you find some of the clips of shitty animations, like people just vanishing or moonwalking in the background as well, it seems like it's got a lot of issues. I mean, it's probably not going to have as bad issues as the ending of Mass Effect 3. And I think that's actually playing a thing here, because Mass Effect, as much as it's a series that is very much loved, that ending scorched the earth for a lot of fans, myself included. I didn't. If you're building your thing on a premise of lots of different endings, maybe don't have everyone converge at the same place and just go, woo! Like, oh, you get a slightly different thing. It's like, oh, it's the journey, not the destination. I always agree with that, but if the destination is a gas chamber, then maybe it kind of hangs on the journey afterwards, you know? I'm just saying. Just saying. Jesus Christ. Anyway, right, yeah, there's that. Anyway, we got a shite ton of YouTube news to talk about, actually. YouTube is killing annotations. This is one of the things where YouTube just like throws a dartboard at a wall marked useful features and just kills something. So annotations are on the way out. Now I swapped off from annotations at the end of the videos, at the end of like the plays videos and the completes. I swapped annotations for the new ones because they're viewable on mobile. Not TVs or anything, but they're viewable on mobile. So I was like, alright, I'm just doing stuff at the end. They're restrictive as fuck. Okay, so they have to be in the last 20 seconds. You can't extend that, which kind of limits my after credit jokes and stuff. You may notice that some, like, the thing will start, and then it waits a little while, and then, like, the annotations will pop up. And that's because I have to, if I do a little after credits bit, it has to be within those 20 seconds, otherwise I can't have the cards. So that's fucking shit. You can have a maximum of 4 of them. That's fucking shit. One of them has to be a YouTube video, which is fine for me, but that's a really weird restriction. Like, that it has to be a video, not a subscription or anything like that. You have to be keeping people in. It's basically just they're trying to make people watch more and more videos. I'm still doing the mystery videos, apart from now they're just like random videos because they're not mysteries because it fucking says right there what it is. But killing annotations is dumb. Like, some people seriously use them still. Like, Total Biscuit, great example, because of the Co-optional podcast. Under everybody's name is a clickable annotation which takes you to their channel. And if I'm watching a Co-optional podcast and I like someone, I always go and see their stuff. And I always use those annotation links. So getting rid of those seems like a big mistake. I know they don't work on mobile, but why not actually, like, replace it before you demolish it? You know, just have a plan to put something else. You don't go, oh, you don't knock a wall down and then go and get, council planning. You don't then go talk about, oh, I've knocked my wall down, I want to build an extension. You can't do that. Oh, fuck, then your house falls down. You don't do that shit, YouTube, for fuck's sake! You can have cards, those things that pop out of the side, but I just find them really fucking annoying and take up a load of shit. I try and minimize the impact of... You might have noticed this on the channel. I very distinctly try and keep a little disruption of the video as possible. There's no, like, midway... I don't like mid-roll ads either. That's the thing YouTube are definitely pushing a bit more in the background. But I can't fucking stand them. I don't like my content being broken up. It is happily broken up by the fact you can go watch another video and there'll be an advert at the start of that. But yeah, it's... I know they're like going, oh, it's going to be... They kind of think that people only use annotations for the end of the video, but they don't. The best thing annotations have ever been used for... Like, annotations themselves aren't going. You can't add any more after, I think, May the 2nd... May the something. Yeah, May. The annotations, like, the ones that are already on videos will stay, but you can't add new ones. So we'll still be able to keep that wonderful... set of videos about the Control Alt Delete animated series where they let anyone add the annotations. Because for a little while YouTube let anyone add annotations. I remember that being a thing way back in the day. That was a feature that was killed very quickly. But that is a fucking mess. That's wonderful. That's a glorious thing, that is. Bloody hell. Anyway, that's one piece of YouTube news. The other piece of YouTube news, now this is one I've seen bandied around slightly incorrectly. So YouTube has a restricted mode, like a safe mode for kids, basically. Two main groups of people use this. Parents with really young kids and schools. Schools use this sort of thing. And what it does is it blocks loads of sensitive topics and stuff. Now, there's been a furor this week because it's been blocking LGBTQ, etc. stuff. It's been blocking... that's like the thing that YouTube calls health. Because it doesn't fall under anything else, just health. It's a thing that they block it, but the restrict mode has always blocked that. Like, this isn't a thing that's changed, it's just a thing that people are noticing. And I want to point out, YouTube are now actively going, Arr! They're going nothing, they're just not changing. That's a system that has to play it as safe as possible. Because that's a system that's blocking everything. Because if anything gets through, YouTube gets in the shitter, so they are overzealous with that. In YouTube's mind, that being overzealous is better than underzealous. If it's something with the word lesbian in the tags, they're not going to let it through just to be on the safe side. That's kind of... The problem is it's a one-size-fits-all solution YouTube doing it. So YouTube aren't doing this maliciously, they're just doing it badly. They should really have a system that lets you turn on and off which bits you want. So, like, I believe it's still the case, if you set up, because I did it right at the start, but when you set up advertising on your channel, you could choose to exclude certain things. So you can exclude, like, adverts for condoms and stuff like that, and adverts for games and things like that. I think I let everything on apart from... Was gambling a separate one? I don't think I let gambling and alcohol on. It doesn't matter. Fuck, it doesn't matter. So you could do that with advertisers, but if a strict mode would do that and have like your off and on ticks for all the different things, then I think people would see that as a lot nicer. But the problem is that it's used by so few people. Like at schools, they're always going to want blanket off of everything, most likely. But yeah, it's used by so few people that I really don't see YouTube changing anytime soon. It's not to say they absolutely block everything. If a video, I can't remember her name now. There was a vlogger who came out, and it was a video that makes me cry every fucking time that I watch it. But that's totally that. That gets through restricted mode because YouTube's seen that and flagged it as good. So it's not, they're not actively blocking it, it's just a dodgy, but like everything else with YouTube, it's just a broken system. It's just a dodgy, broken system that it just needs refining. Like, it just needs a tweak and a refine. It would be nice if you had all the different things you could turn on and off. That would be a nice compromise to it, but it really is, I mean, it's like the YouTube Kids app. I think it literally uses, that's what the YouTube Kids app uses as well. I think it's that same restriction filter, and that app is aimed for ages 3 to 8. So you're filtering down the world to 3 to 8. You're going to be pretty overzealous with it. So yeah, like sliders to control each little bit would be much better, but the way they're doing it now, I see why they're doing it. I see why YouTube are blocking it in this way, because they're just blocking absolutely everything in an overzealous way. It's not malicious, it's just shit. Like everything YouTube does. Except possibly the annotations thing. And again, like everything YouTube does, it has a really easy fix that they'll never fucking implement. Here's another bit of YouTube news, it's really interesting. The UK government, I'm going to talk about them again, suspends ads amid extremism concerns. The UK government, Guardian, Channel 4 and the BBC have pulled their advertising from YouTube because YouTube's getting a bit extreme-y. Just a little bit of, you know, it's extreme. You know, YouTube did that crackdown a little while ago of like, we're going to try and make advertiser-friendly content. It's kind of coming off of that again, and I think we're going to see another pull of that. Now, I think swearing and stuff's going to be okay. I think stuff that certain YouTubers have been spouting recently would not be considered okay. Yeah. Right. Oh, no, I'm not going to talk. Fuck. I was going to let's talk about free speech. You know what? Let's fucking not, because it's a different thing. YouTube, it's not, you don't have free speech on YouTube because it's owned by a company. Free speech is your right to not be arrested when you say a thing. That's what free speech is. A private company can choose what you say. They could say you can't talk about these things. And they have, you know, you can't upload pornography to YouTube. That's one of the rules. There's all these rules, and the extremist content is in there, and they're gonna have to redefine some of that stuff to get advertisers back. But YouTube is losing advertisers because of the way certain parts of YouTube are going. Careful, tiptoe. Yeah. Jesus. So yeah. YouTube just need to employ people! That's all this comes down to! If YouTube employed some actual fucking human beings to check some fucking content, I know there's endless amounts of it, but if they just had loads of people ticking and unticking actual thing, and not community bollocks like that, just actual people that they pay with the endless reams of fucking money that people like me make them, just fucking do that. With the money they take away, they could employ like 3-4 more people full time. Fucking do that and have them just go through videos all day going, oh, that guy said a really horrific thing. He can fuck off. And that guy said something controversial, but okay, because he's not like going, let's kill all these people. So he's allowed to, you know, actual. Fuck it, it's just shouting at fucking brick wall with YouTube. In good news, I'm getting quite good at writing. So I'll be off this boat before it sinks, one would hope. Anyway, that's some news about YouTube. Let's get on with gaming news. I do YouTube and gaming news here. Let's get on with gaming news. There is and this is one of my favorite stories I've ever read. So the Wii emulator Dolphin, I've spoken about it a few times. It's actually, it upscales your games, makes everything look lovely. It's a really cracking emulator. It's now so fucking good that you can use it to buy games from the Wii Shop channel. You can buy games from the Wii. You don't even need it. You could buy games directly from Nintendo using an emulator. How fucking cool is that? That, I mean, I don't know why you'd ever want to put your... Actually, when the guy on the video actually has something like, if you've ever wanted to put your credit card information into an emulator, now's the time. But yeah, that's fucking impressive. So they're actually using it. It's so accurate it can contact Nintendo servers and buy games through it. And the Nintendo do get the money for it as well. So technically, this news story is Wii games are now purchasable on PC. Oh man, that's such a. I know I talk about like Nintendo and emulation and stuff. But that's such a cool fucking story. That's such a. That's my kind of shit. That's like, damn. That's like, well done, everyone there. And it makes every game look better. Like, surely as a developer, that's what you want. You want your games to excel and look better. Especially like the Wii sort of end of life now. You can't buy a Wii. You can't. Oh, they made that Wii Mini thing. They still make that? I'm fucking. You can't buy the games. I haven't seen a Wii game in fucking years. But you know, it's nice to have that. It's nice to know that that's there. But it's a good feel. It's a good feeling. Anyway, let's have a look at some other news. What do we got? Injustice 2, a game I was looking forward to, has microtransactions. You can pay for premium currency that levels up your characters, blah, blah, blah. The original Injustice, which is the DC Smash Bros. Sort of equivalent, I think it's made by the people who make Mortal Kombat. But it's a really fun game. It's got a really silly story. And it's actually, I really recommend the first Injustice. It's super good. The second one, which is coming out, apparently has a shit ton of microtransactions. So off my radar it goes. What else we got? Oh, some sad news about a game delay. Sonic Mania has been put back till the summer. It's slightly bad news. I'm very excited to play Sonic Mania. They announced that one of the newest levels is Flying Battery Zone. Was it Flying Battery Zone? The one from Sonic 3? Yeah, Flying Battery Zone. One of my favorite ever Sonic 3 levels. Beautiful level. It's difficult as shit, but I think it's gorgeous, and it looks... They've done an extended big version of it for the game, and that looks very nice. I'm so excited for Sonic Mania. You have no fucking... You just don't know. You don't even know. You didn't even know how excited I am. But it's been put back to the summer. I was kind of sad of that for a second. Like, I was like, I want to play that now. But, like, the thought in my head, like, came with me sitting in my living room with the window open with a light breeze coming in. What's a little bit too hot. Drink next to me. Playing a classic Sonic game that's new. Yeah. Alright, I'm down with that. I can wait till summer. I can wait till summer for that dream to come true. Speaking of like random classic things that'll be new, I found a new episode of Only Fools and Horses online. An episode I'd never seen before. Only Fools and Horses is arguably one of the best sitcoms ever made. I'd argue it's actually Britain's best ever sitcom. America's best ever sitcom is MASH. No, it's not Friends. It's beautiful. It's so British, it's so wonderful. But they actually made, in 1984, I think, maybe a little later, they made a special episode funded by oil companies about oil. And it's an educational episode that was only shown in schools. It's called License to Drill. Only Fools and Horses, it's called License to Drill. You can Google it and you'll find it. It's been uploaded to places. But it's like it's got no laugh track. It's got jokes and stuff, and it's written by John Sullivan, who sings a song at the end of it, which is just mad. But it's basically an oil company pitch to school kids about how awesome oil is, with Dell getting into a bit of a scrape at the time. It's the weirdest fucking thing. I mentioned that. If you're a fan of Only Fools and Horses, and why wouldn't you be? It's there. Oh, back to Sonic. We got a new name for because they announced two games. They announced Sonic Mania and then like another game, another running Sonic 3D one that I don't particularly care about. But it's called Sonic Forces. That's what it's called. Which to me now, in my head, my little head, Sonic Forces to me sounds like it could be a bit Sonic Heroesy. Like Sonic Forces is in, forces of... Right, here's a little quick pitch for you. I don't think this game is going to be about that. They released some footage just quite early, but it looks very nice. It looks very pretty, but it's that 3D gameplay that's more about speed than actual platforming, so I'm not super keen. But imagine a Sonic game, imagine this hard and well, where the teams, like Sonic Heroes, but instead of like you have Team Sonic with Sonic, Knuckles, Tails, and Team Chaotix with the three characters nobody cares about, you have Team Sonic, and it's old Sonic, modern Sonic, and then like Metalix or something. So you have like three Sonics, and then Team Knuckles with three versions of the Knuckles, and Team Tails with three versions of Tails. How cool would that be? In like a universe switching-y kind of way. I think that's an interesting idea. Sonic Forces to me sounds like they're going to have a bit of team gameplay in there. I hope so. I'm not, again, I like, Sonic isn't about going fast. Sonic is about a platforming game where occasionally you go fast. And the going fast bit is all based on momentum. 3D Sonic games don't really do that for me. We got Mania, we'll be fine. But I think that's a cool idea for a Sonic game. Anyway, what's this one here? That's that one there. We're going to jump over to a website called Bricks to Life, which focus on LEGO Dimensions and stuff like that. Possibly LEGO Dimensions has been cancelled on the sly. It's I'll link to the description like I do everything. There's an interesting read up on this. It's a interesting thing. Yeah, it seems like it's not been as popular as they thought it would be. Maybe because of the fucking ludicrous price. But Look, I own a fucking Lego town. When I call something expensive that's made of Lego, it's fucking expensive. Alright, on the Toys channel at the moment, I'm currently going through the modular sets. The ones at the end of that series, like the earliest ones, go for thousands of pounds, literally. So, like, when I'm calling something expensive, it's fucking expensive. I'm disappointed. I wanted Lego Dimensions if it was just cheaper. If it was just cheaper for the minifigs and so it was just slightly cheaper, it would have been so much better. I would have had all of it. I've got so little of it. I've got so tiny, small amounts. I do want to cover... I got the Sonic expansion pack. Warner Bros. Sent it to me. I did a video on that, I think on the Toys channel. They sent me like a whole bunch of expansion packs. I've got the Sonic one, and I'd actually like to do... Maybe I'll do a video on that today, and that'll go up next week or the week after or something. I don't know what video I'm recording today, so... But, yeah, I'd like to do Green Hill's own Sonic, because they got like a Sonic LEGO Dimensions level thing. I want to see if that's interesting. That might be a fun thing to do. We'll see how that is. But yeah, apparently LEGO Dimensions might be on the way out. It's a rumors here, so it's a great article. Have a read of it, if that's a thing you want to care about. Oh, God, I just remembered something. Oh, agony, pain and agony. Fucking, right. We all know that the worst game in the world, worst board game in the world ever, is Monopoly. There's no arguing. Monopoly is the worst thing ever. I actually have a version of Monopoly that I picked up recently that's called, like, Monopoly. It's like a larger version. It's got, like, 4 houses and thingies on each. It's a bigger version of Monopoly. It's a bigger board, but they have more rules. And all the rules are kind of like, they fix all the problems with Monopoly, and it's such a more fun game. It's really good fun to play. But that's a different thing. Monopoly have officially removed 3 of their tokens. You know the tokens you play around with? Like, you know, you got the hat and the car and the dog. And now the cat. Apparently they added the cat 10 years ago. I didn't fucking notice. They've swapped 3 of them out. So we've lost 3 of the tokens. They've killed the Thimble. The Thimble, man. The amount of Monopoly victories. The amount of Monopoly victories that Thimble has taken me to, but they've killed it. They've also got rid of the wheelbarrow, and I don't know what the other one was. I can't remember. Was it the iron? I don't think the iron. I'm just looking at a picture of it now, but they may have got rid of the iron for the cat. So I don't know. Yeah. Oh, God. The Thimble's the best, man. Oh, the boot. It's the boot. The wheelbarrow. The iron must have gone years and years ago. Yeah, it's gone. They've replaced them with 3 more tokens. One of which I say, that's a good token. The other 2, oh, shit. What? And I genuinely care. The first one is a rubber duck. That fits the tone properly. I don't like the cat. I think the cat's wrong for Monopoly. I think Monopoly is just weird things that somehow own property. You've got a hat and a car and a battleship and a thimble. Like, you've got a dog. A cat's just like, fine. As I said on that video where I pretend to take cats more than I do. A rubber duck fits in with that. It's still an animal, but it fits in with the silly thing. The next one is a penguin. Like, that's just another animal. You're just adding animals at this point. And the last one is a T-Rex. The fuck? It's Monopoly. You don't have a fucking T-Rex as a landlord. He wouldn't be able to sign any of the deeds. He's got little arms, wouldn't he? You want sort of like a, I don't know, just you want a pen. Or like a shopping trolley. A shopping trolley would have been a fucking great one. You could upturn it and stuff if you're outside the dodgy boroughs. Just have it on inside. That'd be great. A shopping trolley. What else could you fucking have? Just a small Czechoslovakian postal worker. You know, the usual Monopoly things. You don't have a fucking T-Rex. Genuinely fucked me off. You know what that tells me? I have a really low standard of being fucked up. But no, seriously, I've played with this the Thimble since I was a kid. Since I was a little kid, I've always been the Thimble, and them killing it is just a fucking shame. Although I do have full Monopoly, and that's fucking cool. I've never played it though, but it's got nice, interesting pieces, and lots of versions of. I have a lot of versions of Monopoly in this house. I have SpongeBob Monopoly. I should do a Monopoly video on the Toys channel. We've got quite a lot of them. Anyway, I don't even fucking like Monopoly. I do like the XL one though. It's very good, whatever it's called. Right. Oh, we had sad news. Again, another thing of my classic being wiped out. The PlayStation 3 production is coming to a close. PlayStation 3 is about to end production. It is officially going to be stopped. Still making the damn things. So if you want a PS3, now's the time to go out and buy one new. For me, it was never a console that took off. I mean, it was coming off my favourite console ever, the PS2, and it really never took off. Like, it's got some great fucking games on it. I mean, you've got your fucking GTA 5, Little Big Planet, Last of Us, you know, games that did define that thing, but there was a lot of few and far between in that. I feel like the PS2 had a lot more sort of classics in there. The PS3 was a little bit too much stuff. For me, the PS4's got fuck all on it, except Yakuza at the moment. Yeah, the PS3, I remember the day it came out. I remember my friend bought it. I went around to his house, and I remember playing it and feeling like, fuck, this is the future, man. I remember watching the rubber duck demonstrations at E3. I remember, I still, as much as I don't think it was the best console, I remember seeing its price and going, who the fuck would pay that much money? It's not the best console, but it's, you know, it did its job. It sold a shit ton, especially under adverse conditions and stuff. Eventually, because the Xbox 360 fucking slaughtered it. Just fucking slaughtered it for so long. And then just because its gradual focus on exclusives, it gradually brought that back. And I think it sold more than 360 in the end. This generation, the PS4's just fucking swanned off because Microsoft forgot the fact an exclusive exists. Unless you like Halo or Gears of War. But anyway, the PlayStation 3, game over for you guys. It's, yeah, a little sad day. Black armbands for the PlayStation 3. Fat ones that look like George Formby grills. Although, right, remember a few weeks ago I said the PlayStation Now was shutting down on the PS3. So it's shutting down the PS3 and the PS Vita, and you couldn't do it through those anymore. Hello, sweetie. You couldn't do it through those anymore. Sorry, my dog walked in. I just wasn't saying hello, sweetie. Hi, what do you want? Are you sad that PlayStation Now was off the PlayStation 3? You sad of that? You sad of that? Oh, you're very sad of that. Oh, yes, that was, oh, you played your Vita all the time. Oh, no, PlayStation TV, that was the one it was on, wasn't it? Oh, yes. Oh, PlayStation Now was so good on the PlayStation TV, you said. It's the only thing you used to... Don't sit down. Oh, you enjoying the scratch? You going to sit with me for this? Okay. So, right, I thought that was the death knell for PlayStation Now. I know, it is sad, isn't it? It was such a weird little thing, but it failed. But I actually, no, because I only thought it was the death knell for the PlayStation Now. Turns out they're now streaming PS4 games on it. What? What? I know you don't like the PS4, but they're streaming PS4 games on it now. Oh no, Reagan doesn't like this news at all. He's gonna sit there and cry. I'll let you up before I start recording. Oh. Sorry, no, it'd be great if you're watching the news. Like, you've got like BBC, you've got like what's her name? Rizla Teeth. That's her name, is it? She's still doing the news. I fucking watched the news in ages. We've got her doing the news. Then she's just like, a puppy comes along. She's like, oh, Zilludo doing. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Rizla Teeth is an amazing name, by the way. I'm surprised I actually remembered it. Anyway, yeah, they're streaming. You can have PS4 games on the PlayStation Now. And I think you can get those on PC. So technically, that's PS4 games are now on PC, along with the Wii games. Good day for a PC owner. Yeah, good day. Yeah. Oh, now Reagan's smiling. Now she's enjoying it. But yeah, it does require separate subscription stuff. They're just going to start having some PS4 games on it. So, neat. Maybe that's why they killed it. Well, because the PS3 was dying. That's why they probably killed it. But that means that they, you sit and scratch, eh? Okay. That's why they killed it. I'm sorry, distracted. There's as much as the news is fun, there's a dog right here. You know, it's fair. Right, let's carry on. Oh, shit! Did you see that video? It was fucking amazing. There's like a water jet channel. Like, any form of machinery now has its own YouTube channel. And there's a water jet channel. And this water jet channel, they cut a Triforce into the Switch. Are you okay? Are you just sniffing the ground now? Yes. Oh, it's stinky, that bit of ground, isn't it? That's where the VR headset was sitting. Can you smell the future? They cut a hole into the Nintendo Switch, like right fucking through. They cut a Triforce into it, but they cut the first triangle out, and it like sunk in because it was totally cut out. And the console kept fucking playing. Watch the video. I'll link the news article stuff, but watch the video. It's in there. They cut this fucking triangle out of the Switch, through the battery, through the fucking motherboard and shit, and it's still playable. Like, as much as we've talked about the fragility of those fucking Joy-Cons, that console is a fucking amazing job. That is a sturdy fucking console. What, like, I know a lot of shit's been said about the Joy-Cons, but fucking hell, the actual console itself is a brick. That is super impressive. It's like a glowing triangle. It's fucking great. Then it just, like, it blows up after a little while, but it's pretty impressive. Anyway. Let's wrap this up. I've been talking for a bit too long, and I've got a dog to feed or whatever the hell dogs want. No, you're just going to sit there. You just want to spend time here, don't you? She immediately looked away. Guessing not. It's just like, you going to treats? No. Oh, fuck you then. Kerbal Space Program, this is got a bit of news here, is getting its first ever expansion called Making History. It's going to add a mission builder, a new series of missions that are based on real-world history, and new parts as well, stuff as well. It's one of the best games ever made. A full expansion pack is going to be exciting. If you bought the game, I believe you bought the game before April 2013. They said that you'll get all future content free. They're definitely doing, what's the word? They're honouring that. That's the word. They're honouring that. They're honouring that. So if you bought the game before April 2013, you will get that expansion pack for free. A lovely big expansion pack coming to one of the best games ever made. So, that's a nice thing. And the final, because we got a two-header good news, because I consider that to be good news, because more of that is good. Planet Coaster has got a little bit of a hint. They're adding crime in their next update, so you're going to have to deal with crime level stuff, add security and stuff like that. But the best thing that I've seen is that they're adding go-karts soon. Go-karts! I'm very excited. I'm super, go-karts. I mentioned go-karts last week. I can't remember how long ago they announced the go-karts, but go-karts are coming. When so that they've added a big expansion pack, then I'll do another series on it. But go-karts are coming. It'd be great if that was like Game of Thrones' catchphrase for the next year. Go-karts are coming! They call it like the zombie thing. I don't fucking know, just riding on their go-karts. No? Is that not what Game of Thrones is about? Okay, fine. The naked dwarves fucking each other all riding on go-karts. They're happy! Good, fuck off.